Hi everyone, thank you for joining us today. Our webinar will begin in just a moment, but we wanted to share this video of Sadega and Dawn from Jamaica, who created an after-school space for students to engage in authentic cultural exchange. Here is their story.
My name is Sadega. I'm from St. Catherine, Jamaica, and I'm an English language arts teacher. In particular, I'm from Linstead, St. Catherine.
I am Dawn. I'm from the beautiful country of Jamaica, and particularly the parish of St. James. The Culture Quest Club was long in the making, so we started about the third week in January with a membership of 7. And then later on, I think the students started to tell others about it, and we had 14.
So the club meets on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and really the mission is to allow for the students to be exposed to other cultures. This cultural exchange activity, dubbed A Taste of Culture through the culinary arts, was really geared towards bringing to the fore the cuisine of the different countries. As you could see here today, we have a diverse membership for the club. And so we wanted to give the students an opportunity to showcase their culture through food, as well as to expose them to other cultures through cuisine as well. The opening motto is "My culture enriches your culture enriches mine." We want them to understand that our culture, your culture, it's all this diverse melting pot. And because of that, we want everybody to appreciate where each person has come from.
These students helped me in learning about their own country that they came from, because if you notice, we have a number of students from different countries. It shocked me.
As a teacher, I am a lifelong learner. I'm always interested in owning my craft and doing better. And as such, I took the very brave step of applying to EPI, and I've made it thus far, and it is a decision that I have not regretted.
EPI is the family. I call them the family, your family. When you're going into a new area, you're leaving your comfort zone to go somewhere else, it can be a challenge. And what I find is that EPI, if I just text, I get an answer. You have a knack of placing people according to their personality. I don't know how you got it. Placing them at schools where their personality tends to fit in nicely. Could you share with me how you do it?
I think cultural exchange is important because it promotes tolerance and appreciation for all cultures and all people.
I find that this offered to me opening up the world. Yes, I'm a long-time teacher, but coming here has exposed me to things that I did not know before. I see it as a grand opportunity, and I would do it again after this session ends.
Hello, and welcome to our webinar, How the EPI Process Works. We are Educational Partners International, but we often call ourselves EPI for short, so I will be calling us that throughout this presentation. My name is Anna, and I am the Content Specialist in the Marketing and Communications Department for Educational Partners International. I am originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and before working with EPI, I was a middle and high school science teacher. I'm so happy to be working with a company that supports my passion for authentic cultural exchange through education. Today, I will be walking you through what you can expect in our program, starting from when you begin your application to when you come to the United States. We also want you to take this opportunity to ask any questions that you have about our process. You can ask them in the comment box, and we will answer them throughout the presentation. Keep in mind that we won't be able to answer questions about specific applications for privacy reasons. All of those should be emailed to team@teachwithepi.com, where one of our trained admissions specialists will assist you. Today, we will be explaining EPI's program and give you an overview of everything you need to know, from the application process to becoming a cultural ambassador. By the end of this presentation, you will have a better understanding of each step of the process. If you are joining us for the first time, EPI is a cultural exchange program that brings international teachers to teach in K through 12 schools in the United States. Our mission is to bring the best teachers from around the world to the US to share their cultural experiences. As you can read here, our goal is to strengthen K through 12 education by discovering and empowering the world's best international teachers to facilitate authentic cultural exchange. While we work with schools across the southern United States, our home office is in the mountains of North Carolina, which you can see in this photo. We would love to know where you are from, so please tell us in the comments. And wherever you are joining us from, we are so glad you're here. The EPI process is made up of these 6 steps. First, you fill out an application to determine program eligibility. After your application is moved to the approved stage, you are eligible for school interviews. Once you complete a successful school interview, you will be placed in a U.S. school. You then prepare for arrival and orientation in the United States, and you become an EPI program member. You will spend 3 years in the USA as an EPI teacher, after which you return home as a cultural ambassador. The first step in the EPI process is the application. EPI's application is very thorough, and it does a few important things for you. First, filling out the application creates a professional profile for schools to look at when they are considering teachers for interviews. We also use the information you provide to decide whether or not you meet our eligibility requirements. Some of the requirements for being an EPI teacher are: you have advanced English skills, you are currently teaching full-time, you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, and you have 2 years of full-time teaching experience. EPI's application helps you collect the documents that you will need to apply for a visa, travel to the United States, and obtain a teaching license. You will also have 2 online interviews with EPI team members. The team will ask you questions about your teaching experience, classroom management, and lesson planning, as well as other topics that prove your eligibility and qualifications. After the interviews, you will be asked to provide proof of employment and credentials. Once you have uploaded all of your documents and passed both EPI interviews, you are moved to the approved stage. Being in the approved stage means that your application with EPI is complete, you have passed a background check, you meet our requirements, and that you are now eligible for school interviews. When you become an approved candidate, your application serves as a professional profile that is available to U.S. schools. They will look through the applications of all of our teachers in the approved stage to choose which ones to interview over a video call. If the interview goes well and the school is interested in working with you, you will be placed. Placement means that you have accepted an offer from a school and will be coming to the USA to teach. Teachers who are placed through EPI teach in public, private, and charter schools in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, and Florida. As soon as you arrive in the US, you will participate in EPI's orientation. During this time, you will learn more about life and education in the US, as well as the rules and regulations of the Exchange Visitor Program. Our orientation lasts several days, giving you lots of time to ask questions and prepare for the upcoming school year. After you complete orientation, you become an official EPI program member. As an EPI program member, you will teach in the U.S. for 3 years. During that time, you will have access to 24/7 support from our trained and professional teacher support team. The relationship between you and the support team is an important one and will continue throughout your time as an EPI teacher. Members of the support team will be able to assist you with any challenge, from culture shock to meeting the needs of struggling learners. At EPI, we understand that American students need the international perspective that teachers like you bring, and we are dedicated to doing all we can to help you deliver it. As an EPI teacher, you will also have the opportunity to share your culture with your students here in the United States through cultural exchange projects. Today, we have a couple of examples of projects our teachers have done in the past. From the enchanting realms of Brazilian folklore to the captivating works of world-famous artists, EPI teacher Luiz from Brazil took her students on an immersive adventure of color and delight. Students began their journey by creating art passports, while Luiz encouraged her classes to embrace wonder and curiosity while examining the works of various Brazilian artists. Last year, EPI math teacher Zeba M. and EPI science teacher Isaac P. from Ghana presented a variety of signature dishes and traditional dressings, shared vibrant Ghanaian dances, and encouraged community members to discuss the importance of sharing cultures. After teaching in the United States for 3 years with EPI, you will then return to your home country, where your work as a cultural ambassador begins. After you return, you will be able to share what you have learned about the U.S. with people in your home country, just like you shared your culture while you were here. This is one of the most important steps in the whole process, because this is what cultural exchange is all about: building mutual understanding between cultures by sharing your personal experiences. Okay, now we will be taking the time to address questions. If you have not submitted yours yet, please ask them now. We will be answering all of your questions in the comment section today. Here are some of the most common questions we get at EPI. Many applicants want to know how long the EPI program is. We are a 3-year program. People also ask, is there an application fee? The answer is no. There is no application or placement fee. There are other costs associated with your application, such as obtaining your diploma or transcripts, but EPI will never charge you an application or a placement fee. Another question we often get is there an age limit? There is no age limit. As long as you meet our basic requirements, you can join the EPI program regardless of your age. Some of those requirements are that you are currently teaching with at least 2 years of full-time teaching experience, you have the equivalent of a U.S. bachelor's degree, and you have advanced English skills. So, now that you know more about our program, it is time to talk about next steps. First, if you have not applied yet, go to our website and select the Apply button. After you answer the eligibility question and click Submit, you will be able to make an account with your email address and start your application. If you have already started the application process, be sure that you are checking your email regularly for updates on your status. If you have started your application but have questions, email us at team@teachwithepi.com. To end today's presentation, I would like to share this quote that illustrates the importance of an international education. J. William Fulbright was a U.S. Senator and founder of the Fulbright Program. He said, "There's a multiplier effect in international education. and it carries the possibility, the only real possibility, of changing our manner of thinking about the world, and therefore of changing the world. Here at EPI, we understand how important it is to provide students with a global perspective. And we are so excited to give both you and those students the opportunity to experience authentic cultural exchange. That's all we have for today. Follow us on Facebook to learn about our upcoming events, as well as to hear more from our current teachers. If you have any more questions, be sure to email us at team@teachwithepi.com. On behalf of everyone at Educational Partners International, thank you for joining us and have a great day.